Larry entered the grove with one single goal: diplomacy. He wanted no more fights, no more bloodshed, just peace. Never mind. So Larry tried a different tactic, making friends.
What's the point in blazing spells if we don't bloody use them?
Larry also stumbled upon Will, the hero of the grove. He was truly majestic. After seeing how he handled children, he was truly inspired, and he motivated the kids in front of him to do better. They were really impressed. Even Will was impressed by Larry, and he wanted to be his companion. They even gave Larry a battle axe as a reward. Larry quickly gave it to Lae'zel, in hopes she would like him more. Feeling confident, Larry was ready to talk to his companions and get to know them.
That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
Conversation shouldn't be made.
I have a cat.
They weren't very nice, especially Gale, and Larry felt really sad. But Larry's mood soon turned around. He met the sweetest old lady. She was so concerned for him, and Larry thought he could really open up, and she even invited Larry to her house.
My house, just at the edge of the forest.
Larry was feeling much better now, but then Larry heard the cries of distressed parents. A child was being dragged away. This was Larry's moment. He was about to show them how real negotiation is done. Larry quickly made his way through. He was going to find this weird child abductor. And Larry found her. She was torturing the child with a snake. She was truly evil, but Larry had to admit, her hair was majestic. With hair like that, she was probably powerful, but Larry dug deep. He was really nervous. He had no idea what he was saying, and Larry's charisma was so high. She agreed.
Words of the Tree Father, spoken plain.
And Larry was so happy. It was peacetime. No more fighting ever. He wanted to thank the lady for being so reasonable. And something happened. He's not really sure what.
The Outlander has betrayed us. I should have known.
Yeah, Larry was really panicking here. He had no clue what to do. The only sensible thing was probably to run away. So that's what Larry did. Lae'zel was already gone and Gale was about to drop right in front of him. Shadowheart saw how good of a tactician Larry really was, so she had to do his tactic: run. She barely made it in time. Larry was really stressed out. His friends were dying all around him, so he did the most heroic thing he could do. Shadowheart knew this was the right call and followed. But very unfortunate for her, so did the evil lady. And Larry could only hear her screams as she died. But there was no time. Larry had to run, and he thought he was finally safe. But there was fighting all over the grove. But that didn't stop Larry. He knew what he had to do. He knew one thing: he was the chosen one, and nothing could stop him. He found a small hole by a waterfall and went in. And here Larry was finally safe. Other people just as smart as him was here as well. As Larry hid in the corner, he kept thinking to himself, why? Larry started crying. It was sad. But then he realized he just couldn't leave his friends behind. After all, what kind of chosen one abandons his party? No, not Larry. He was going to run in the other direction and revive them. As soon as he came out, he changed his mind. This was bad. This was even worse than before. He started taking a beating and knew what he had to do. There was only one option left. A brilliant tactical retreat to Larry's fortress. Back in the cave, Larry regrouped. This wasn't hiding. This was tactical planning. And here he could wait. Maybe he could even start his new life underground. At least it's peaceful and the rent is low. Yeah, Larry waited for a long time, but eventually he knew he had to go back. And as he came out, the coast was clear. He could actually go rescue his friends. Larry started making his way down, and he found Shadowheart. He used the Scroll of Resurrection on all his friends, and soon they were together again. Larry was really happy, and he was also very proud. And now it was a simple task: just get out of here. So Larry and his crew started sneaking out. It went really well, and he even found a lot of loot. As he kept looting corpses, he found some really nice gloves. This wasn't bad at all. He was kinda happy actually. Until he spotted her, just waiting. But this time he wasn't going to run away. He equipped his team with the new gloves. Larry just had to get one more peek at that majestic hair. and everything was going according to plan. Until suddenly when Lae'zel started getting angry and wanted to sneak up on them. I get it, they were angry because they died, but come on. And she must have convinced Gale because he suddenly attacked. Yeah, Larry was not going through this again, so he did the most sensible thing, running away. Larry couldn't believe it, he had just saved them. And as he was thinking this, Lae'zel was surrounded, and it was a disaster. They tried helping her for a little while, but they soon ran away, just like Larry. Lae'zel kept fighting back, and Shadowheart saw this. Inspired by Larry's courage, she tried helping her. This gave her the opening, and she headed towards Larry for help. And Gale, a bit jealous of what Shadowheart just did, tried doing his own thing. He put a grease layer on the ground and smirked at Shadowheart. Yeah, she couldn't possibly top that, but she did. It worked for a while, but soon the druid started dashing towards Larry and his friends. Gale did the only sensible thing, running away. But the druids were closing in from all angles. Larry and his friends were getting surrounded, and it looked grim. They tried fighting some of them away, and it worked, but Larry did the only sensible thing, running away. Larry was a master tactician, and he knew he had to hide, but the druids kept coming, and they were soon surrounded. It was not looking good at all, but they made a last stand to protect Larry. Larry thought they were fighting so gloriously, and it looked like they might actually make it. That glimmer of hope sadly didn't last long. But Larry is always one step ahead. His hiding successful, he started making his way out. Lae'zel was really inspired by Larry's courage to run away and started doing the same. Shadowheart was now left alone, nothing to do but fight back. She did not last very long. Larry knew he had to do something, just running wasn't enough. He had to turn invisible. Lae'zel was the only remaining friend of Larry, but he couldn't help her. With tears in his eyes he kept running, not knowing what else to do. He heard Shadowheart screaming, and that was it. All Larry's friends were dead again. Now Larry crying, he thought back to all his happy conversations with his friends.
That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
Conversation shouldn't be made. It should be grown.
I have a cat.
It was an observation, not a compliment.
There's no story. None that you're entitled to hear, anyway.
I'm known to try my hand at poetry.
Enough! Larry was going back. He was going to save them. Again. He loved his friends. They were amazing. And Gale had a cat. He snuck past every corpse on the way and started his mission. The druids had already gone, not expecting Larry to be back. Larry had already done this. He knew what he was doing. And one by one, he resurrected his friends. It was done. Larry had actually done it twice. He was amazing. He was really the chosen one. But there was no time to spare. He healed his friends and now it was time to run. Larry and his friends tried to run as far as they could. They ran and eventually they found a place that they could call camp. It's now time to end the day, and let's hope that Larry never has to see his friends die again.